Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ultimate Egypt pack for The Sims 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you guys through the entire pack so you can see what there is. The entire pack is basically inspired by wanting to play Ancient Egypt on The Sims 4. However, there are many different packs and different mods that you can get for the game. However, I had to spend about a month getting all of these together, so I have curated different mods and chosen the best parts and added it all into one Ultimate Egypt pack so that we can play Ancient Egypt on The Sims. So there's so much to actually see. I'm going to start here in build mode so you can see that there's a lot of different things here. And what I'm going to do is I have created this, which is Karnak Temple, my version of Karnak Temple, as close as we can get, because this is the biggest lot that the Sims game has. So I've created the temple with living areas and things that your Sims need so that they can actually play the game and you can play the game enjoyably. So we sort of have the temple here, palace, and then activities and kitchen and different things. So this entire temple will be up on the gallery, so you just have to search CRW or Karnak and you will get this. But you have to have the mod before you can download this, otherwise the pack, the location for the lot will be completely empty. Now this is just going to be a walkthrough of what there is. If you want to see all of the little hidden secrets and how to play once you've downloaded this from the gallery, then there will be a separate video on Patreon where you can see all of the tutorials and how to play with the different things that I've hidden throughout the world. So there's so much happening here. You can get all of this for free. The entire pack is for free. It is compatible with gameplay. It is compatible with base game, rather. So the entire thing is free. Base game you can download for free, and the pack you can download for free. So let's dive straight in here. We're going to go to our furniture. We're going to show all, and let's see what we have. So we're going to go to content, custom content. And down here, you will see there's so much happening. There's beds, there's thrones, there's baskets, there's tables. There's so much happening. We even have donkeys and horses. Up until now, you've only really been able to play with horses and stuff like that in base game, not in base game, in the expansion pack for horses, for Horse Ranch. So now we have a sort of version of horses that you can play with. You can ride them, you can feed them, you can pet them, but it is all base game compatible, which is great. I mean, you can't have Ancient Egypt without horses and chariots. We have lots of different things. Here we have coffins, we have the bust of Nefertiti, Tutankhamun's death mask. We have different kinds of grapes and plants and all kinds of decorations that you could want. So we have wall panels, fans. There's so much in here. We have all of the columns, and each column comes in different swatches. So you can choose if you want to have it green, plain, gray, different colors, which is absolutely fantastic. We have lots of different plants and pots, lots of statues, so you can mix and match. These, which are great, which are like cauldrons that burn fire, which provide light. So that's really great. And a lot of these things, they have emotional auras on them if you enable that, which allows your Sims to feel more inspired or whatever going around. So you can see there are so many pieces in this pack to build your Ultimate Egypt game. And once you are then playing the actual gameplay, there's so much to do within Karnak Temple here itself. Before we get into the tour of Karnak Temple, I'm also going to show everybody the actual costumes and hairstyles and crowns that we have. A lot of these are taken from other packs like the Trip to Egypt pack, the Oasis pack, which were created by other people who make mods for The Sims, such as Nando, Miriam, people like that. And this has all just been curated to choose just the best stuff and stuff that is only compatible with base game. So it's 100% free for you. So we have the character here that I've created. Also, by the way, if you want to download this entire family, the household that I've created here, we have Ramses II, we have Nefertari, we have Amun-Ra, we have Hathor, the goddess Hathor. What's great as well with this pack that I've curated here, we have Anubis, which is so great. You get to play as Anubis himself. And then another really interesting thing is this is a very strange and interesting mod. We have a half serpent creature, which I've called her Meritseger, which is the goddess who lives in the Valley of the Kings, who her name means she who loves silence. So she's shown as a cobra. So here she is with the cobra tail and the head of a woman. Really cool. So we're going to go in here to Ramses to see what we have. And you'll see, so let's go to the hats and we'll open up here and custom content. All right, so Ramses we have now here wearing a Nemes. Instead of having a cobra on the brow, they've created a little Sims symbol. So we have different Nemes that you can wear. The most traditional is the blue and yellow. There's another one which is a bit more scruffy. So I'm going to stick the blue. There's a purpley one, there's a brown one, but the most traditional is blue and yellow. And what you'll notice with this pack is I've tried to curate things that are as close to being historically accurate as we can possibly get. So we have the Nemes for the Pharaoh. We also have the plain headcloth, which is most usually worn, which is the white headcloth, which is this one, which is great. And it comes in different swatches. So you can choose what colors are best. Again, white and gold for the plain headcloth is probably the best option when you're talking about historical accuracy. Under accessories as well, we have so many cool things. We have of course, the beaded necklaces. So we have gold, silver, and then a very bright gold. And so that's really, really cool that we have that option. Under the makeup section, we also have here, under eyeliner, we have great Egyptian-styled eyeliner, which is also part of the pack. There's also one with the Eye of Horus on one side. Now that is not very traditional, so I haven't selected that. In here we have different costumes for the men. So we can go full body and then content, custom content. And here you can see we have Ramses' war costume, which is like that he would wear when he goes to battle. Here, which is a quite outlandish version, but I kept it in there because some people like something a bit more fun. Then we have the more traditional skirt or kilt with the belt in front, different jewelry. This one's really cool. It comes in different colors. I love the white one. I love the blue one. I love the plain red one. So these are really cool for the men to wear. Then we have a full Pharaonic costume, which we actually see Ramses II wearing this costume with the same necklace and the same belt with the same pleats on his statue in Turin, which is the beautiful seated statue in Turin. So you can see we have these different costumes for him, which is totally great. You'll see here I have created different costumes already. So when you download the household, you'll have these different costumes. Here he is wearing the plain white cap. We see this in the temple of Abydos. So we'll just go through Ramses' costumes here. very traditional Pharaonic costumes. We also have different jewelry, different bracelets, sandals. So what I like about the athletic one that I've chosen, he's got the red headcloth, which we see that he wears underneath his keprish, the blue crown, when he goes to the Battle of Kadesh. You can see the tie on at the back of the red. So it's really cool. And we've got here just a skirt for Ramses to sleep in, party costume, plain costume. It's really, really cool. And then for the woman, we have some great dresses, great costumes. You can also go through base game and adjust to what looks very historically accurate. When you download the household, you'll get that. We have this dress, which is from the Ultimate Egypt pack, and it is very, very much like something Nefertari would have worn. Under accessories, you can see here we have these different bracelets, which also we have the arm cuffs. Here are the bracelets, which is actually a Nubian design, but still really cool that it's included here. We can have them holding a fan, which is really fun. The fan comes, this is a copy of a fan of Tutankhamun. So we have that. And if we go into here, so now you see with the fan, it creates a little bit of a glitch because it's custom content. So we take the fan away. Under hairstyles, we also have some great ancient Egyptian hairstyles. So I'm going to first disable the crown, and then we will have a look at the hair. So we have this hairstyle, which is very ancient Egyptian. I like to call it the Hathor hairstyle because it's what I've given to the goddess Hathor. And you can play around with different colors. It's really fun. The black is the most traditional, or dark blue. Then we have this one, which is very much like something we would see Nefertari in. In her tomb, she's wearing hair very similar to this. So you click under hats, which is actually crowns. And here we have some really great options. If you want to make a Nefertiti sim, we have Nefertiti's crown. So that is really fun. You can play around with different colors. Again, the first two are the most historically accurate. We don't really see her in a black one or a red one, but it's a game. You might want to have fun. Who cares? We have also the lotus flowers, which can go on the head. You can change that to a blue lotus flower as well. So right now I'm not feeling this hairstyle on Nefertari. So I'm going to change it to something I prefer. So we'll go back to this one. We go to hats, and then here, if we have a look at the lotus, so we can change it to a blue lotus. For some reason, we're getting double lotuses. So let's just go back and remove the lotuses. Because this is custom content, sometimes the things will glitch. So if that happens, you know, price to pay. But generally, it should be fine. So we're back to Nefertari wearing that. So let's go back here, choose a hairstyle that we like for Nefertari. So she's wearing that. And we'll go again to the... All right, so the lotus is not working today, but I do have it pre-saved here. So we also have Nefertari's crown, which is the crown of Mut, the vulture crown. We see her wearing that quite a lot, and we have different costumes. Here you can see I've added the lotus, Nefertiti's crown under formal, and we have under the accessories, of course, we have different necklaces and things that you can wear, body pieces, really fun things to do with your sim. You can see here's Nefertari in what I would call the harem outfit, which is a white, very thin white dress, lotus necklace, and a blue lotus on her head. We have all these different costumes for her, which is really fun to mix with. And also the short hair on Nefertari, we see her with this short hair at Abu Simbel. So really fun looks that you can play around with for your characters. You can see her here with the beautiful Egyptian eyeliner. I've also created Amun Ra, which is this, and he's actually wearing a nemes, and he's got a lotus on his head, which is more connecting with the god Nefertem, but I wanted to have Amun, so we have Amun. And again, it's a similar setup to what you saw with Ramses. Then we have Hathor, and she's got different costumes. I've given her blue eyeliner, lapis colored eyebrows, you know, because she's known as the Lady of Turquoise as well. So she's got so many different looks. And then we have Anubis. So that's really great. It's all here you can play around with. Meritseger. So she's here. She's also got a lot of different looks happening. So if we go to her everyday look, she has the white headcloth, athletic. She's got big black hair, which is really, really fun. So all these different looks that you can do on your ancient Egyptian Sims. I really want to see what everyone has created. So if you are downloading this pack, and you are, you know, creating your own Sims and building your own palaces and temples and things like that, tag me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever. I want to see your ancient Egyptian designs. Or even if you've downloaded my household and my lot from the gallery after getting the mod, then you can also show me what you're doing within the world I have created. This is, you know, really just a gift to everybody for the end of the year. Have some fun, play around. We did have some ancient Egyptian elements in the Sims 1, Sims 2, Sims 3. We had the World Adventure Pack, but Sims 4, we are lacking in that. And the only way is to get it through mods. And, you know, there's so many different little elements of things. So, hey, here's the ultimate ancient Egyptian mod. So we have Ramses II here. So I'm going to put him on play. So I'm going to make Ramses actually come over here. And I'm going to make him, let's make him sit on the ground. Now he's warming himself in front of the fire, which I also think looks like they are worshipping the gods here in the temple, which is really cool. So there he goes. And that's quite a standard pose for seeing a pharaoh in. Let's check what Nefertari is doing. Nefertari is, oh, she's reading some books, or is she? Because that is a little secret I've hidden. But you'll have to check on Patreon to see all of the secret things that I've hidden. Now, with this pack, I have used one pack you have to pay for. Just one, I promise. The pack you have to pay for to use the Karnak Temple is the Oasis, I think it's the Oasis kit, which actually I've only used 2 things from the Oasis kit, 3 things. The doors, so 2 doors, and the lamps, the Moroccan lamps. But if you download this from the gallery and you do not have that pack, it's totally fine. It will still be playable. It's just these doors will be gone. So let's see it with the doors gone. Doors gone. Makes no big difference. It's just I wanted to have a door, and you will not have the lamps over here. That's all. So there's no real difference. You don't have to buy the Oasis app, the Oasis add-on pack. So let's go and change this into free view. I'm going to take the ground off, and let's have a little tour around ancient Egypt, or as I call it, Karnak Temple. So I'm working on my laptop, so that's why it's a little bit sticky in some points. It's not like playing on a PC where you have more ability. So here we go. We have the entrance to Karnak, 2 obelisks on the side. And as we go in, we pass through this beautiful avenue of sphinxes, as you would when you visit Karnak. It's really a great setup, if I do say so myself. We come through into the main hall, or the hypostyle hall. We have these pillars of Ramses II covered with these beautiful drapes for the ceiling, statues on either side. We come through, and if we go up, we look here, we have a little swimming area or a pond with a statue of the god Amit, who is from the weighing of the heart, and you have little crocodiles around there too, which is the god Sobek. We continue past that, and you come here to, we also have these beautiful boxes, and for Mummy fans, the Mummy fans from 1999, not the Tom Cruise one, you may recognize the staff. We go over here, which is the throne room. Now, generally in ancient Egypt, the center would be where the statue of the gods were, but for gameplay, I wanted to have the throne room in the middle here. We go up, we have these beautiful scenes of Nefertari and Horus on the side, Ramses II and Hathor, the throne. Here we have some, cupboards with goddesses and feminine figures, Pharaoh on the side table, Seti and Hathor on the side here. Again, pillars of Ramses II, you can see as cartouche here. And we have Ma'at at the back maintaining balance. On this side, we have a pharaoh's bust, and then another detail that some of the Mummy fans might recognize. We also have the crook and flail. So there's so many little details of ancient Egypt all around here. We go then to the side. We have these banners. And then here we have the worship area, where we have the offerings to the gods. So we have all the food offerings here, pomegranates, fruit, figs, eye of Horus, jars of wine, with the fire burning in the center. And then the gods that we have here, we have Ra, Set, and Anubis. So those are the ones that come with the pack. So we'll first tour the entire temple. So we'll go back here. On the other side of the temple, we have a Senate board over here. So this is where Nefertari would generally come and play Senate. It's her favorite game. Beautiful pottery with Egyptian designs on it. And then we have the dining area with a beautiful throne. Anubis figures holding up the lighting. You can see all of the little details here in the dining area. Then we have what the ancient Egyptians used to do. They used to sometimes have parties with the dead, where they would go and have like a memorial and sit down and eat a meal with the dead. So that's sort of the idea of what is happening here with the coffins, the canopic jars. We also have a playable ancient Egyptian harp. So this is something Hathor would obviously like to play. And she can learn that, take up skills. It's all, interactive for your Sims. So that's also a mod that you cannot get in base game. So then we go here, which is, I like to call the artist's area. So you can paint your paintings and you have different statues to get inspired by. So we have the bust of Nefertiti over here. We have Tutankhamun's mask, and we have a queen's statue. And we go through the back here. We have a little dog sitting around, just, being a temple dog. And then I'm going to take you guys around the side here. So we'll go all the way around the side of the entrance to over here, where we have the fallen head of the younger Memnon. And over here we have a shrine to Amun with a statue of Amun at the top with food offerings. So that's really cool. And then this, oh, we didn't look at the living area. So we have a hot tub, ancient Egyptian style hot tub, why not? And then this is the living area. Now there are some secrets in this living area, which I will not be exposing, but I will teach you all of that in the Patreon video. These lamps will disappear if you do not have the Oasis pack, but in general, here is your living area. There is also this, which is another secret thing happening over here. So we'll come back and check on that. Then we have the, residential palace area that I call over here. We have through the curtains, we have the bedroom. So we have beautiful tapestries hanging. This one is of Tutankhamun and Ankhesenamun. The bed is also a custom bed. The pillows, we have a Nefertari pillow, Tut and Ankhesenamun, and then on the back we have the harem scene. So that's really cool. Again, in this room is another harem scene with the girls holding the blue lotuses, and then on the cushions we have Ramses and Nefertari. Ramses at the Battle of Kadesh, Nefertari with Hathor. And then through here is the study area where your Sims can study and do all sorts of secret stuff, because you don't want to break with the image of ancient Egypt. So, there's so much to see and to do. You just don't want to break that magic. We go through here to the bathroom. We have a beautiful mirror. We have the fans. We have another hot tub over here. And then we go through here. All the hot tubs and everything are all from the pack. We have a beautiful shower, which is, everything's totally workable in the game, in base game. Here is a beautiful basin. You have your toilet area. So much happening within this little space. I hope everyone's going to enjoy it so much. We also have ruins. I mean, you can't go to ancient Egypt and not have ruins. So we have ruins of buildings that are ancient, that would have been abandoned, all kinds of different things. And then over here is another swimming area. This swimming pool is functional if you know how to do it when you're building. So we have a functional swimming area. Then we're going to go to the domestic side. So I'm going to go all the way through here. We'll start at the end and work down. So what I wanted to do was create a marketplace. So you cannot really have ancient Egypt without having a market. So we also have these beautiful camels, which are also modded. You cannot get camels in base game. So what's great is I have done a little secret, and the camels are functional. You can sit on one of the camels. So we also have on this side a functional well, which you can drink water, wash your hands, which is also not from base game. So let's go into our market area. So in the market, we have our different food stalls where you can come and collect different food. Now over here is a functional pottery wheel, which is not in base game. So that's also part of the ancient Egypt pack, where you can make different pottery. It's mostly Greek pottery, but still it's perfect for gameplay. And then we have a workable loom, also not part of base game. So now you can create different fabrics, cushions, clothing, all on this workable loom. So, I mean, that's something quite great. We have the activities bench, which is from base game. And we go through our entire market over here. So cool. At the end, we have like where, that people would come and sell their different wares, um, different statues, coffins, all kinds of different things. We have our fish that have been caught. We have a cute little cat that you can pet. Then in here, what I really like is this. This is the outdoor kitchen, all covered, beautifully done. We have a dishwasher just because, it's sort of hidden. But we have these counters which have glyphs and stuff on them. So, it helps with the illusion. We have ancient Egyptian style ovens, which are functional. You can cook at the back here. We have all your storage for your food. You can see things that have been harvested from the vegetable garden. So great stuff happening here. And then, around the side, you have different food that you can come and collect. We have Bastet, the cat goddess, over here, just watching over the kitchen. And then we have this, which is also not available in base game. So you can grow your own grapes. So when you download the household lot, the grape stand might not be there. It might just be grapes. You will find it in the build mode. You can put your grape there and then click in live mode, click play, and plant the grapes. And after a few days, the whole structure will appear and you will have grape trees, grapevines, where you can actually come and harvest the grapes. Your Sims can harvest the grapes and eat them too. We have another functional well, and we have the Nile, which is over here. And in live mode, I will show you, there are crocodiles and fish in the Nile. We have a fishing spot over here with crocodiles. And we have a giant statue of Sobek, the god of the Nile. So we have Sobek here, and you can actually come over here with your Sims and fish. Now, there are some things that, your Sims would like that don't look quite ancient. So we do have a functional gym, which I have hidden the gym in a lower register over here. So let's go into build mode, put all the walls up, and let's see the functional gym. So you come down into the basement so that it's not visible from upstairs. So we've gone into the swimming pool. So down here we have our gym, which is where a lot of your Sims will come and have their little workout session. We have a sink. We have a coffee machine that's hidden in the basement, all your gym equipment. There's a toilet over there in the corner. So that's the gym equipment for the hidden gym. But on the second part of the basement, you come through here, we have the false doors. We have the green or blue tiles, which you would see if you go to the step pyramid at Saqqara inside. We have scarabs crawling on the wall, tapestries, and at the end of this hallway, we have a tomb. There's an ancient Egyptian tomb, and there is so much to see in this tomb that you can explore, interact with, just have a good look around the tomb. We have these images of Ramses II on the wall as a child. We have the protector of the tomb. And if we go down, to the next level, this is the burial chamber. We have a sarcophagus with a crook and flail on the top. Beautiful Book of the Dead scene on the side of the sarcophagus. Anubis can actually sleep in this sarcophagus. That is part of the mod, which is great. And it's so funny because here is Anubis in the tomb right now. And the way I've set him up, he actually likes to stay in the tomb. So he's sitting on his throne, watching over the dead, but he can also sleep inside that sarcophagus. We have so much to see in here. We also have another sarcophagus on the side. Most of these things can be interacted with. So I just think that that's a great detail of things that you can do in this game. So let's go to live mode, have some fun. So I'm going to play, I like to play as Ramses II. So what is Ramses doing? He's going to go and watch TV. I'm not going to let you see where there's a TV. There's a TV, okay, I'm going to tell you, there is a TV hidden downstairs by Anubis, but there are other TVs hidden throughout. Oh yes, another thing that I forgot to show you all was on the outside, let me get rid of this notification. On the outside, we have the temple, but there is, at the top of the temple here, here we go. Let me just change my view. At the top of the temple is a sleeping area with a little, canopy, and you can come up here. You can read, you can sit. It's a fun little area. I've put this as Meritseger's sleeping area because she loves silence. And again, right at the top of the temple, you can come and do some astronomy with a telescope. So just some things for your Sims to do. So yeah, there's so much happening within this world that I've created that you can do. So yeah, let's go in. I'm just put it on speed 3 so it can become daytime, because some of the things look really cool playing in the day. There's really so much to do. And I've set it up so that, okay, you see Nefertari, she's not quite sure what she's doing. So let's go to Ramses. You see now they're all hanging out here, but there's 2 secrets hidden here. So let's have Nefertari come to Ramses. Nefertari, can you come to Ramses here? It doesn't seem to be working. Ah, there we go. Oh, so that's Ramses. Let's go to Nefertari. Can you interact with him? She doesn't seem to want to interact with him today. Okay, whatever. So Nefertari is over here warming herself. Ah, okay. I think it's because I'm doing the screen recording. It's just a bit slower. So let's go to more choices. Romance, because they're in love. Affection. Let's say express fondness. So Nefertari is going to walk over to Ramses, and she's going to talk to him and tell him how much she's in love. Now, Meritseger has been set up to be a bit schizophrenic, so she's quite a hard character to deal with. So I'm going to tell Nefertari to go over here. Actually, I'm going to tell her to chat over here. I'm going to tell Ramses to move as well, because let's just see some gameplay happening. All right. So the whole household has come with, apparently. So they're all chatting. Let's make Ramses and Nefertari do something. Amelia, calm down. So let's make Ramses and Nefertari kiss, just because, And you can really tell it's Ramses II. I mean, look at that nose. So, and there we go. Quite an intense kiss. They're thinking about getting married, as you can tell. Meritseger's getting a little jealous in the back. So, yeah. I'm going to pause that now since we have, daylight happening. I'm going to go over here and let's see. Nefertari can... Oh, why is the horse moved? Let's just move him back. So this is great to have horses that is not... These horses are not part of Horse Ranch, so they are completely base game compatible. So let's have her pet the horse. So Nefertari, we follow her. End the discussion, Nefertari, and go play with the horse, please. End the discussion, Nefertari. Come on. Right, she's taking too long. She's not wanting to listen to me. So we're gonna go for Ramses, and we are going to put Ramses on his chariot. So let's see, Ramses, and I've renamed the chariot Usemayatra chariot. So he can actually work out on the chariot, so it counts as fitness points. So where is he? Here he is. All right, so I think Nefertari is on her way to the horse, yeah. So I'm gonna go into Ramses, I'm gonna cancel what he was meant to do with the horses, so we can focus on what Nefertari is going to do right now. So this is great. Look, you can actually interact with your horse. So that's really fun. And you can feed the horse. So Nefertari is going to go in and she's going to feed the horse. Come on, girl, feed him. What's Ramses doing? Oh, he's coming to Nefertari. He's obsessed with Nefertari, by the way. So, yeah. So let's feed the horse. Ramses is going to come over. He's going to feed the horse. You see, it is a little bit glitchy. Let's make Nefertari move. Go here. But it usually doesn't glitch like this. It's because I'm doing the screen recording from a laptop while playing. It's not really happy with all of this processing. All right, Nefertari is done. So Ramses, I want him to feed the horse. So we can see him feeding the horse. There we go. He's feeding the horse some hay. I think that's really fun. So I am going to say to Ramses, ride around on chariot. Go. Now he's going to get onto his chariot. And there he goes. So riding around on his chariot. Follow him. So really cool. Stop him doing that for now. We'll go back to Nefertari. We have here, which is Nefertari's horse. So get on. It's called bike because that's part of the mod. So she will go and get on her horse. And there she goes on her horse. And she'll start riding. So we can tell her to go anywhere we want her to. So if we say to her, bike here, she will. There she goes. Bike here. And there Nefertari goes on her horse. So we can go back to Ramses. We'll go to his inventory. And the horse will be in the inventory. The chariot is in the inventory. So let's say place in world. And then get on. Now we're going to make Ramses go with his chariot. You can go all the way through the desert, which is really, really great. So no, I gave him the instruction without being on the chariot. Get on. Come on, Ramses. Where are you? He is still running out. He didn't listen to my instructions. Anyway, you get the idea. You can ride out into the desert on your chariot. All right, now he's going to go back, get on the chariot. There he goes, running, 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 all the way through the desert. Checking his cell phone. All right, you going to get on? All right, now he's on. So let's make him ride his chariot to over here. Bike here. And go. There he goes. Ramses is off on his chariot. We'll go to free cam just because that's more fun. You can follow him through the desert. And he's actually riding through a part of a dried up river, which some of it has water in it that you can fish in. So that's fun. So there goes Ramses. Ah, Curtis Ryan Woodside is calling Ramses. Yeah, what do you want? Okay, cool. So sometimes other characters you've made will phone characters that you know. And this is so funny because Nefertari loves to play her Senate, as we know from her tomb, and she is. Hathor, Meritseger are in the tomb, disliking each other. Amun is going to go and chat to Anubis. And then if we go here, just to show you guys, you can come here, craft, and you can choose different things. So you can make a Trojan plate, ceramic plate, Thracian plate. So let's make him make a Trojan plate. Go to Amun Ra. Cancel his chat with Anubis. He's still chatting with Anubis for some reason. Hathor. I want to show you guys Hathor can actually get onto the camel. So we'll make her come over here and sit on a camel. Yeah, now she's going to walk all the way from the tomb out. She's going to run now. I'm playing this in speed 3 just because it's a big lot to walk across. So Hathor is going to go and sit on the camel. There she goes. Now, this is also a little cheat that you'll get on the Patreon video, how to do this. So that's really cool. Ramses is still over here on his chariot. So I'm going to make him get off his chariot. Let's go to Amun. And Amun is already over here crafting his plate on the usable pottery wheel, which is only included on this pack. So let's go to Nefertari and let's make her cancel her game of Senate. I'm going to go into her outfits, change outfit, and we have all of her costumes here. I want her in this one. So she's going to change. Whoosh. Okay. And I'm going to tell her to weave cotton fabric. We'll get different options. Let's do a green floral fabric. Nefertari is going to then go across and start weaving on the loom. So you can either weave the loom or leave the room. Yeah, I just said that. All right, there we go. That is a tour of Karnak Temple and the ancient Egyptian pack. There's also stuff in build mode, different walls, different things like that. So you can go and explore the Ultimate Egypt pack. I hope you will enjoy it so much. And yeah, go and play with the pack. Download the Karnak Temple from the gallery. Download the household from the temple, from the gallery, and play. Let's see what you guys come up with. Anyway, I will see you all soon. Ciao.